Her name is Annise Parker. At 53 years old, Parker made worldwide headlines after winning a runoff election last December to lead America's fourth largest city. Houston, Texas has a new mayor, and she's a lesbian. Perhaps most satisfying to Parker and her supporters is the mayor's sexual orientation was simply no big deal to those who put her in office. As The Advocate's James Hattori reports, Houston has carved a milestone in liberation, beginning with a capital L.
Everything is big in Texas, and Inauguration Day is no exception. Thousands packed Houston's Wortham Theater to honor the city's newly elected officials.
And the Honorable Annise Parker, Mayor of the City of Houston, accompanied by her life partner, Ms. Kathy Hubbard.
In the spotlight, Mayor Annise Parker, a native Houstonian who served 2 decades in city government, including 3 terms as city controller.
You must commit your time and your energy to Houston. We rise or we fall together. We succeed or we fail together.
Inspirational words you'd expect from a new mayor, but no Houston mayor has ever spoken these words.
I do want to speak just briefly to those from my community, to those who are gay or lesbian or bisexual or transgendered. I understand how much this day means to you.
With Parker's adopted children and her partner of 19 years looking on, it was an unprecedented political coming of age, which attracted the usual anti-gay protesters.
It is a curse from God to delude these people to think that it was a good idea to put a lesbian as their highest executive officer.
But they were far outnumbered by pro-gay counter-protesters.
Westboro Baptist, go away! Racist, sexist, anti-gay!
The next day, when I interviewed Mayor Parker at City Hall, she was anxious to move forward.
It feels really good. Actually, it feels really good to have the inaugural festivities over and now I can get down to governing.
You joke about the fact that some people were surprised, maybe even shocked, that Houston would elect a lesbian mayor, but did you think that when you first entered politics that it would ever happen?
I didn't run for office thinking I would be mayor, and it didn't really occur to me about the possibility of being mayor. If I may have order in the chamber, please.
Yet right after the inauguration, Parker presided over her first city council meeting, where colleagues, including another veteran lesbian activist, Sue Lovell, welcomed her.
I'm going to try and get through this without crying, as I did through most of the ceremony today. God, Mayor Parker, I could just say that over and over, Mayor Parker. You know, 28 years of dreaming and working, and God, here we are. Incredible. I want to say to anybody out there in this city, we're a living example. If you have dreams and you work hard, this city will make your dreams come true. And don't ever forget that.
But realizing Parker's dream of sitting in the mayor's office meant challenging the status quo. When Parker was city controller, she had the respect and political support of Houston's establishment business leaders. But when she approached them for financial support to run for mayor, they took a pass. It wasn't that they didn't like her, they did. They simply thought a gay candidate was unelectable.
Clearly they believed I was a good candidate. They've supported me, and in fact I had a lot of those conversations. We think you're the best candidate for mayor. We don't think you can be elected. Voters won't vote for a gay mayor of Houston. And I would give some kind of answer like, how many times do I have to be elected citywide before people will believe this?
Instead, Parker courted individual donors and groups who'd helped her in the past, like the Gay and Lesbian Victory Fund. Meanwhile, volunteers in the heavily gay Montrose and Heights neighborhoods rallied to get out the vote.
She had a very good ground organization. She had people who really knew the community and had a lot of experience.
Houston Chronicle Metro columnist Rick Casey says a lot of voters simply didn't care about Parker's sexual orientation. They liked her, but they also voted for their wallet.
You know, you tend to want a chief executive who can focus on what you perceive as the problems of the day, because nobody has all the strengths. And we're in a financial hard time like everybody else, and it was perceived that she was the one that can handle that. She has private sector background as an accountant, and then but also has the political experience of working with different constituencies in the city.
Even last-minute mailings by anti-gay activists couldn't derail her campaign. It later came out that top advisors to attorney Gene Locke, her runoff opponent, helped to pay for the mailings, although Locke himself denied any knowledge of it.
Pictures of Annise with her partner, and you know, it was obviously their red meat to rile the conservatives, the anti-gay conservatives, who believed that she would be pushing some kind of a gay agenda.
Parker's 53 to 47% victory coincides with steadily increasing tolerance in a city where ethnic minorities are the majority, according to a study tracking Houston's growth.
And it's a very interesting process of watching an unfolding secular trend toward growing acceptance of diversity in general, and of homosexuality as a part of that diversity. The key question there was, do you think that homosexuality is something people choose or something they cannot change? And the percent of Houstonians saying homosexuality is something that people cannot change. It's not a free lifestyle choice that people decide to do. It's a part of the natural human variation. Went from about 40% in 2000 to 56% today.